Alright, it's 2021 and everybody on the MCC has been playing Halo seemingly for their entire lives. You're trying to get into it for the first time, but it's rough. The controls are foreign, movement feels slower than games like Call of Duty or Titanfall. While there are a lot of meta tips for each Halo game that I could give you, that would take a lot of different videos just to cover simple things like leading your shots in Halo 3, pacing your shots in Halo Reach, grabbing weapons from underneath platforms in CE. The list goes on. There are so many little tips that I could give you for Halo, but as I've been trying to get back into Halo, I have noticed one thing helping me the most consistently. What's made me a better Halo player is doing free-for-all matches, whether with friends online or just online by myself. If you don't know, you're allowed to do 8-player free-for-all matches even if you have friends in the lobby. Meaning you can have a mix of randoms and buddies while you work on your gun skill, while you try to get better at taking care of multiple opponents and getting third-partied. Halo is a long time to kill game, so a lot of times you get third-partied, or to get better multi-kills, it's best to sneak up on already injured opponents that are having their own duel. This is why you play free-for-all. You have to know how to deal with somebody coming in and attacking you while you are at low health after you just escaped a gunfight, or taking out two people that are already focused on each other. These types of gunfights and engagements are some of the most difficult in Halo. When two people come around a corner in Halo, it's very easy to panic or give up. You might be thinking, boom, I have trouble with that all the time. What's the secret to taking on multiple opponents? Unfortunately, the secret is your positioning in the first place. Try to avoid getting pincered or pushed by two people at once. Making sure that you're paying attention to your radar, sound effects, and where you're getting shot at from, or where bullets are coming from just in general. Paying attention to all of that will help you make sure that you don't come into a gunfight with 2 on you and 1 on them. It's also always best to have a getaway option for those types of engagements. Grabbing a rocket launcher and keeping it on your back until you see multiple opponents. Making sure you're loaded up on grenades. In games like Halo 3, making sure that you have a power drain or a bubble shield. Or in Halo Reach, making sure you're not constantly spamming your armor abilities so that you have them when it matters the most. And free-for-all will help you learn these skills a lot faster than team-based modes, at least in my opinion. I mean, the reason is that you're surrounded and you don't have anybody else to rely on. You're not waiting to be saved, you're not wondering where your teammates are or why they aren't helping you. There's nothing like that. You have to focus on your surroundings, and sometimes people will go into free-for-all with their friends and team up against other people, and that is a challenge in and of itself. Free-for-all teaches you when to crouch and stay off the radar, it teaches you when to go for power weapons, it teaches you when to use abilities or pieces of equipment or grenades, and it'll help you learn how to minimize the number of times you are caught with your pants down coming out of a gunfight. Getting third-partied, or getting attacked when you're coming out of a gunfight, is so common in Halo, and free-for-all allows you to practice dealing with that more than other modes. And eventually you'll get the confidence that even when your shields are gone, your screen is blinking red, you can still potentially take out the person who challenged you, and maybe more. But there's something you gotta do first. You have to recognize where power weapons and equipment spawn on every single map. I highly recommend not going into a private match and loading up each map and trying to remember it all at once. Load into a free-for-all match in whatever Halo game you're trying to learn. Now during that match, if you start to realize you didn't recognize where the overshield spawns, or the cloak, or the sniper, the rocket launcher, the sword, that's when you go over to custom games, find that map, load it up in Slayer, and then you just walk around. Look in every nook and cranny, take note of where grenades spawn, and even weapons that you maybe don't think are power weapons that can be useful, like plasma rifles are really good at stripping shields, so it's a good idea to know where those are. This strategy will help you learn Halo so much faster. Load into a free-for-all match, play it. If you start to notice that you didn't know where things were spawning or where people were getting these power weapons, load into a private match, figure out where they are so that you know where to find them next time you are on that map. You will learn the game so much faster this way. You will deal with the frustrations of Halo so much better if you play this way. And the last thing I'm going to recommend in this video is stick to one Halo at a time. Play a bunch of them, sure, but once you figure out which one you like the most, whether it's 2 Anniversary, CE, Reach, 4, 3, whatever it might be, only play that for like 2 weeks. And that might sound like I'm turning it into a chore for you, but if you're trying to get good, You're not going to get good at any of the Halo games if you're playing a match of 2, a match of 2, a match of 2, a match of Reach, a match of CE, a match of 3. Just focus on one Halo game. You're not going to learn how to shot pace a DMR in Halo Reach by playing Halo 3. It's just not how it works. There's weird things like the Halo 3 BR is the only BR that's projectile, and it requires you to lead your targets by a little bit. So learn those little things by playing the game. Each plasma pistol works differently, each needler works differently in each Halo game, and your knowledge won't always perfectly transfer. So treat each game like it's in a vacuum, at least while you're learning for the first time if you're trying to get good at the multiplayer so that you can play with your friends, or just so that you can have a change of pace, or maybe you just want to get on the Halo hype train before Halo Infinite comes out. In that case, not a bad idea. These tips definitely helped me get back into Halo after a long hiatus, and I hope it helps new players and returning players alike. So I know these tips are really rudimentary, but it's good to start small. And if starting small means playing free-for-all and learning the maps and custom games and going back and forth between that's really not that hard, and it's kind of a lot of fun, especially if you have some friends to do it with. Thank you for watching. See you when I see you. Goodbye. Default button for meleeing is the right bumper. Damn it.
Ow! Asshole.
I saved your life!
No! What the hell, guy?
I'm just shoddy. Oh, that health pack's not there yet. Oh shit, that's not good.
Hill move, hill control, hill contested. Hill control, hill contested.
Give me that health pack, please. No, there it is. Cookie in the face, you're a boy. How would you be a gamer girl? And don't you give me that, it's that 2021 crap.